Whereas Street Fighter has T.Hawk and the Tekken games have Michelle Chang and Julia Chang, Mortal Kombat features its own Native American character in the form of Nightwolf. But just who is Nightwolf, and what sort of role does he serve in Mortal Kombat? Stick around to learn more about Mortal Kombat's Man of Spirits with the full story of Nightwolf. Nightwolf is an Apache fighter who is incredibly in tune with the life force of nature and makes use of spiritual energy in his attacks, such as summoning energy tomahawks to throw at foes. Throughout his appearances, Nightwolf is portrayed as wise and committed to the pursuit of justice. Additionally, Nightwolf has a personal affinity for wolves, which are his spirit animal. Before continuing, it is worth noting that there are two continuities in Mortal Kombat: the Midway continuity and the Netherrealm continuity. The Midway continuity is comprised of games developed by Midway Games, the original developer of the Mortal Kombat titles. The Netherrealm continuity is comprised of games developed by the current developer of the Mortal Kombat games, NetherRealm Studios. Only the Netherrealm continuity is active, as Midway Games is now defunct. Nightwolf made his debut in Mortal Kombat starting with Mortal Kombat 3 along with characters such as Cabal, Curtis Stryker, and the Cyborg Ninjas. When Shao Kahn, arguably the main villain of the series and Emperor of Outworld, begins his invasion of Earthrealm, Raiden uses his power to protect the souls of a handful of warriors, one of which belongs to Nightwolf. Able to communicate with Raiden through visions, Nightwolf was able to anticipate Shao Kahn's extermination squads. As a character unambiguously aligned with justice, Nightwolf readily joins the Earthrealm heroes in fighting against Shao Kahn, and they achieve victory by the end of Mortal Kombat 3. Nightwolf's next appearance is in Mortal Kombat Deception, the sixth game in the continuity. Prior to the game's beginning, Nightwolf had been plagued with nightmares of the rise of Onaga, the main villain of this game. Aware that his nightmares were premonitions of a new evil, Nightwolf hatched a plan to dispose of Onaga, who had taken over the body of Reptile. In Nightwolf's tribe, there is a concept of being a sin eater, absorbing the sins of a tribe, but at the risk of becoming a danger to others. Nightwolf wanted to act as a sin eater while in the Netherrealm to draw Onaga's soul there and trap him in the Netherrealm. Nightwolf executed his plan successfully after Shujinko, also introduced in Deception, defeated Onaga. Nightwolf makes his way back to Earthrealm by the guidance of a pack of wolves, and would eventually receive a new set of visions which foretold the formation of a mass gathering of heroes, and the revival of Shinnok, who would scheme to rally villains. This is the foundation for Mortal Kombat Armageddon, the final game in the Midway continuity. Approached by Johnny Cage, Nightwolf agreed to be part of the Forces of Light, a group of heroes that would form as foretold. Nightwolf also met with Kitana and observed the strength of her bond with the deceased Liu Kang's soul. The bond served as Liu Kang's spiritual anchor, intended to be such until he could be rejoined with his body. Nightwolf opted to serve as Kang's new spiritual anchor to relieve Kitana of the stress of such a burden. Nightwolf participates in the Battle of Armageddon at the end of the game, presumably killing Shiva, but himself also dying, as is the case with all Forces of Light. The Forces of Light being wiped out is not a great look for Earthrealm. This outcome is something that Raiden seeks to overturn by using the events that lead up to the heroes' deaths and sending the information to a past self to make different decisions that will lead to the success of the Forces of Light and the preservation of humanity and Earthrealm. The idea is the foundation of the Netherrealm continuity, and begins with Mortal Kombat 2011, the first game in this series, also using the first Mortal Kombat tournament as its starting point. Nightwolf appears in the first Mortal Kombat tournament and is an opponent for Scorpion in his story mode chapter. Nightwolf laments Scorpion's misplaced anger, as Scorpion is consumed with thoughts of revenge at this point in the game, but Scorpion finds Nightwolf's thinking to be dishonorable and wins over Nightwolf. Nightwolf's role is limited until the end of Stryker's story mode chapter, with Stryker isolated from Cabal and having just defeated Ermac while his city is being invaded by Outworld. Nightwolf asks for Stryker's help in fighting the good fight, to which Stryker agrees despite initial protests. Later, while Cyber Sub-Zero is on a mission to learn of Outworld's plans, Raiden and Nightwolf discuss a new vision Raiden received of a Soulnado, which would trap all souls of Earthrealm and be used as a massive power source for Shao Kahn. While Raiden is increasingly distressed at the dire circumstances that the heroes are up against, Nightwolf reassures Raiden and tells Cyber Sub-Zero of his plan to intervene in the evil sorcerer Quan Chi's summoning of the Soulnado. Nightwolf arrives to the scene of the Soulnado's summoning as Cyber Sub-Zero has just defeated Noob Saibot, and tells Cyber Sub-Zero to retreat for his safety. Nightwolf fights against Quan Chi and wins, but Noob Saibot regains his consciousness after being knocked out and fights Nightwolf. Nightwolf gets the better of Noob Saibot and kicks him into the Soulnado, thereby destroying it and killing Noob Saibot. Nightwolf returns to the congregation of heroes at the chapel, but Raiden notices that his amulet continues to break, a sign of impending doom that has not been averted. Nightwolf is chosen to lead in Raiden's absence, and he and the other heroes are attacked by the Lin Kuei and then a powered-up Sindel. The heroes survive the Lin Kuei attack, with Nightwolf himself defeating Sector, but many are slain by Sindel. Sindel's rampage only ends when Nightwolf challenges Sindel after she has killed many of the other heroes. Sindel is about to kill Nightwolf when Nightwolf uses his energy to sacrifice himself to kill Sindel. Now dead, his soul is one of many heroes' souls used as a Revenant by Quan Chi, and unwillingly acting on behalf of evil. A Revenant Nightwolf is one of a gauntlet of former allies that Raiden defeats in his story mode chapter, closing his role in Mortal Kombat 2011. Nightwolf is not a playable character in the next game, Mortal Kombat 10, but remains a Revenant. He generally takes on passive or supporting roles in service to Quan Chi, but is not able to avert both the heroes' initial defeat of Shinnok and the heroes' capture of Quan Chi decades later. Such is the extent of his involvement in the proceedings of Mortal Kombat 10's plot. Regarding Nightwolf's future in Mortal Kombat 11, Nightwolf is one of many hero characters whose life is in limbo because he has not been restored to his humanity after being killed by Sindel. The basic plot conceit of Mortal Kombat 11 involves the past selves of characters confronting their current selves. It is a terrible thing for Nightwolf, a hero through and through, to be killed and to be in service to evil, but the path to turning away from that and back to his former self is not currently known. It would certainly make sense for the character to experience the same journey of meeting with his past self. Returning the heroes back to their humanity would be an important goal itself since the heroes need more allies. That aside, Nightwolf's involvement in Mortal Kombat 10 was limited, and it's hard to see what exactly would bring him back in Mortal Kombat 11 as a character with prominent story involvement. Despite his power, he cannot undo his status as a Revenant on his own. So until there's some other means of reviving the heroes that is discovered, Nightwolf's fate as a Revenant is likely to stick. And that concludes our video on the full story of Nightwolf. Nightwolf is a cool character who can easily be contrasted with Raiden in the sense that while both are immensely strong and have similar personalities, Nightwolf doesn't have the same emotional journey that Raiden does throughout the NetherRealm continuity. Whereas Raiden invests himself heavily in thwarting evil to the point that he is frequently disheartened with not getting the desired results, Nightwolf remains steadfast in trusting Raiden and their actions against the forces of evil until he becomes a Revenant. Nightwolf keeps a cool head during danger and is selfless enough to sacrifice himself to stop Sindel's rampage. Just the sort of hero you want on your side and exactly someone we hope to see in Mortal Kombat 11. And that about does it for this video. If you enjoyed what you watched and want to see more from GamingBolt, you can always hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon next to it. That way you will never miss any of our videos.